Hi, everyone. It's Val with Next Level Channeling. And I kind of have an interesting story about how I came about to receive this message from George Harrison for humanity. So randomly in my feed, my YouTube feed, came the message. Well, no, it didn't come in a message like that. I was watching, and in my feed came an interview from Dhani Harrison, George Harrison's only child, his son, with Olivia Harrison. And that was a beautiful interview. But I got as far as, I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but I have it linked below in the description so you can watch it too. But it was a beautiful, beautiful interview up to the point where I started to get messages from George Harrison coming in. See, we share something in common. Paramahansa Yogananda, you can see his autobiography of a yogi. I have been connected to Paramahansa Yogananda since way before I even read that book, many, many years ago. From the time of hearing his name, I knew I had a connection. And I felt, my heart would open up and I would just cry. But I never really understood exactly what that was all about. But he really has been a teacher of mine for a long time, and so has, in the lineage of Paramahansa Yogananda, one of the first teachers who taught Paramahansa Yogananda's teachers, Babaji. So I have that connection. So I was in the middle of this, and Dhani Harrison started to mention his connection to Paramahansa Yogananda and the Self-Realization Fellowship, that both his mother and father were involved. So George and Olivia Harrison were both members of Self-Realization Fellowship. And of course, by that time, Paramahansa Yogananda was already passed on, which doesn't mean anything because he passed away 2 years before I was born. And I have all kinds of connections with him and profound energy coming from him now. So that's kind of the long story about how all of a sudden I paused the interview and I was doing something else, and all of a sudden George is starting to channel to me. And he channeled something so profound in a few short sentences, and I know I didn't jot it down afterwards as eloquently as he said it to me, but I tried to put the essence of it in the first few paragraphs. Then I said, do you have a message for humanity? And he said, yes. And so I got a couple of pages of information from him. So I hope you enjoy this channeling. And really, if you really listen to it, it has something very profound in it for us to know. So, okay, from George Harrison, begin transmission. I was introverted, so by nature I went inward. And as I looked deeper into my heart and soul, the deeper I went, the more my awareness grew. Visualize it like looking at a soul seed inside your heart. Over time, doing this and going deeper into that, at some point, I went into the inner core where I accessed the infinite field of oneness, the unity consciousness of all that is. The inward exploration suddenly opened up to a total connectedness, like a blast of light radiating out and connecting to all things. This is achievable now by all of humanity. This oneness, to know and feel your connection, and to know you are all that is beyond any doubt. You are the source energy. The source is you. I studied under Paramahansa Yogananda as a member of the Self-Realization Fellowship. Yes, even though he crossed over well before that time, he was a constant presence guiding me. And I had many mystical experiences from that time. Babaji did appear to me on occasion, and I was always shifted and altered by those visits. And I'm stopping here just to say that as I'm probably going to screw up some of these names, but the lineage is Babaji and Lahiri Mahasaya, and then Sri Yukaswar, and then Paramahansa Yogananda, and then Sri Dayamata. Sri Dayamata took over after Paramahansa Yogananda. She was his disciple. So that's mainly who Dhani remembers and who was there with Olivia and George. But that did not stop the connection with Paramahansa Yogananda. It was all his teachings. And I know from my profound connection that he is ever present with us, teaching us. So back to this saying, Babaji did appear to me on occasion, and I was always shifted and altered by those visits. This dedication and love I passed on to my son, Dhani, that all life is sacred. Whether we are here in this life or floating around the cosmos, the beauty of life is sacred. So honor yourselves, dear ones, for you are the gateway to the multiverse, and you are all that is. What would I share with you that may assist you in your awakening or remembering process? Go within and feel deeply in your heart an appreciation for yourselves, a love so deep for your devotion to being here now, to remember and to bring the new age of enlightenment, peace, love, and joy with humanity. This new age is upon you. How shall you respond? The choice is up to you. I give you all my love, always. George. End of transmission. Oh, I'm getting a lot of chills up and down from this one. So I love this. George is my favorite Beatle, Amanda Carroll. Oh, that's cute. And I want to say hi to Debbie Viviani. Oh, and Viviani says she just listened to My Sweet Lord. I always love that song too, Viviani. So I want to say hi to Debbie Viviani, Jessica Lynn, Amanda Carroll, Sonia, which is Heavenly Blessed Honey. Hello, Carolyn Booker. Nice to see you, Carolyn. And let's see, is there anyone else? Courtney Elf. What, you mean the Beatles are not all bugs? It was an interesting name that they named themselves that. I can't remember the story about that whole thing. That's interesting. Yeah, Debbie, all you need is love. That is so true. And yeah, Sonia's saying, wow, emotional, beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. it was my pleasure to share it because I could tell how proud he was of his son and the lineage he left. It's like his donation to humanity included his beautiful son, and his son is gorgeously ever present and mindful. So, I understand his feeling like, he's such a light on the planet. And of course, George, as you can see from his messages, always working for us from the other side, helping us in whatever way he can. And, you may not have realized how deeply advanced a soul that George was, and how much he really understood while he was alive. And he really, out of all the Beatles, I would say, not that we're monitoring, but I would say he was the most deeply connected in a conscious way. Not that the other ones aren't now, because they really are ever present. And I really believe they all have that understanding now. As I think humanity is really getting to that place. And Carolyn's saying Harry Nilsson used to play with George when the guys got together privately. Yeah, that's pretty. That's a beautiful thought. And they were all beautiful, sensitive souls too. Oh, Debbie, you're cute. As are you all, and you, Debbie, as well. We are all shining our beautiful soul light now, because that's what we're here for. We came in, we said, oh man, we get to come in now and do this now. We get to be part of this. Oh yeah, we wanted to be here and do it. And absolutely, I'm excited about this timing as well, even though 2025 is going to come with a lot of energy and shifts and changes coming in. And so there'll be a lot of energy to integrate. And then we're going to feel like pulling back and kind of going into our little hermit cave. And then we're going to go back, outward again. And this is going to happen multiple times. I mean, not necessarily that you will pull back, but you will feel that way, like you're out of sorts or you're not feeling quite yourself. That's all that energy that needs to be integrated. And so one of the best things to do is try and speed that up by drinking a lot of water and getting more exercise, staying grounded, grounding yourself, sending all energy that is not yours back with love and light, and pulling your energy back into your own energetic space, surrounding yourself with light. This all helps to keep your energy in your own special calm zone, because that'll make you feel better. Thank you, Carolyn. It was my pleasure to read that from George. And, he just came right in. I wasn't even meditating. I was watching that video from Dhani. And that video is linked below in this description of this video, so you can watch it too. But it was beautiful. And what a sweet soul he is. So that was it. And to know that as you go deeper, he was telling us something that isn't written down anywhere. As you go deeper, say you're going into your heart center, which I always say is the gateway to everything. Your heart is your holy grail. So he was just telling us, visualize your soul seed or heart seed or whatever you want to call it. And as you go within that and go within that, It's like you're getting down to the very, very atom of it. I don't even know the word you would use, but from that tiny, 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 tiny spark of everything, that complete unity consciousness connection happened for him like that. So he's just showing you a way that it happened for him automatically. So in that same way, you can do that in many different ways, but he's just showing you how it worked for him. And he's sharing that as he went deeper, then there was more level of awareness, deeper, more level of awareness, deeper, till he finally got to that light. And yeah. Anyway, so that was it. So thank you all for being here for this. And, people think that, when you cross over, just because you're a human being, you cross over and you're not going to be enlightened or whatever. But many of these beings that are here now are masters, are enlightened beings, are these advanced souls, because who would be down here now but advanced souls to shift this planet? So when we get a message from someone from the other side, and it's not an ET, it's not the Galactic Federation, or it's not, some, known spiritual teacher, give it a listen, because these things can be even more profound than you could imagine. So I do appreciate so much that George took his time to connect with me and give me that. And I go, George? I'm hearing him come in. I'm like, what? I have channeled George before, so it's not my first time channeling George Harrison. But I just want to say that was fun. So all of you, thank you for joining me in this short video, and I hope you got as much as I did out of George's message. And I'm going to take that to heart. And he really was driving home the message to honor yourself for being here. Honor yourself for, just being here. Because this is a momentous time. And we brought ourselves to this moment, this now moment. That is a huge thing, everyone. That is a huge thing. Just that by itself. To appreciate your soul so much that you feel complete love for your soul. That is the gateway to everything. Because until you have that platform of feeling that love for yourself, that's the divine source within you. You then see it in others. You then see it in the multiverse. It is how the energy works. So I'll end it here. And thank you all for watching. And please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you would like. And thank you, Yvonne B., for saying that. Yeah, it was beautiful. So I'll say goodbye to you all. Mwah. Sending you my love, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.